Everyone knows how I feel. I made it very clear after the debate that I thought he should continue. But that was not what most people wanted. So, but Joe Biden is the kind of person who pulls himself up from rock bottom, and I think he could have stumbled into it. I really do.
That was a video clip from Case Study QB, who watches cable news and clips out the relevant moments so you don't have to watch it. So thank you for that. But last week, Mika Brzezinski admitted that she thinks that Joe Biden could have stumbled his way into a second term had he remained in the 2024 presidential race.
I actually do believe Mika. Come on. Really? Because like bringing Kamala made it better? I don't know. Like, I look at things a lot different. Kamala could not connect with even one person, okay? She just simply couldn't. Joe Biden actually, you know, on a good day, could at least look like he knew what he was. I feel like Joe Biden actually looks more like he knows what he's doing than Kamala Harris. I'm so serious. Kamala Harris was just a mannequin. Anyway, this is Ana Kasparian, demolishing MSNBC hosts. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you.
Race. Now, you heard a small portion of why she thinks that. Maybe she makes a better point with fuller context involved. So let's take a look.
People responded very badly when he beat Trump during that campaign to Trump bullying him or going after his remaining son. People stood up for Joe Biden because they knew who he was. They know who he is. And I think an aging Joe Biden is very self-aware about that, and so is his team around him. And he's still 10 times more qualified than what we've got. And he's qualified to manage the world stage. I think after that disastrous debate, he did a news conference. Remind me, Lemire, was it the NATO summit?
Yeah, a couple weeks later. NATO summit was
at
Washington.
8 at night. And yep, he got names wrong. Yep, he had to correct himself a few times, but his knowledge of world affairs was in depth and clear. People chose to, filters instead of reality, which was his good president who has historic presidency, who was able to beat Donald Trump. End of story.
Based on Joe Scarborough's facial expression as Mika Brzezinski is talking, I am about as convinced as he is in the points that she's making.
I think that he just doesn't care. He just looks like, I don't know that he's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know that he's like not convinced or either way. I just think that he gives me somebody who's just mellowed out, but not in a good way, more like numb, at least lately. I don't know. Very weird.
I don't know. Maybe I'm totally misreading his face, but he seems like he's not buying it at all.
Yeah.
I certainly am not buying it at all. Biden's internal polling, his campaign's internal polling showed him losing 400 electoral college votes.
Well, look, his face is probably grimacing because he's like, no, Mika, we're now kissing Trump's ass. Remember, we shifted. So we'll get to Joe in a second. But there was so many great things in that little clip. He could have stumbled into it, she said. Wow. That really is compelling. That maybe your preferred candidate, who is in obvious mental decline, could have accidentally stumbled into the presidency again. What a compelling case. Well, I mean, he did so great at that NATO summit press conference. I mean, he forgot a bunch of names and a lot of other things that had to be corrected later. But no one understands. But he had such a great command of foreign policy. Isn't that table stakes if you're running for president? I mean, I know it isn't lately. Trump barely knows foreign policy, and Biden's foreign policy was, Israel, what should I write in the blank check I'm about to send you for slaughtering Palestinians? Oh, by the way, that'll make me deeply, deeply unpopular as a poll that we just...
Okay, so, Cenk is doing a bunch of talking, and he's saying things that just, he's not saying it very clear, okay? Trump actually has a really good foreign policy. Trump actually, before Trump started with, hold on. before he was a full politician, because I'm trying to find my words here, Trump understood exactly what was going on in the world. Now, we have an Israel lobby that adds on about 100 pounds of pressure, so therefore you can't have the best foreign policy. With Biden, I don't even know what happened there. I don't know, man. Like, there was just no pushback. I mean, but everything is written in stone. We still have to provide aid. It's like, it's so disgusting the way it's set up. So there's that. But for Cenk to say that Trump has no foreign policy, like, stop trying to gas up the left and make it seem like you're still critical of Trump. You could be more critical of him if you say stuff that about him and our domestic policies with, like, you know, our hate speech laws and things like that are seeming to get ready to come down the pike. Okay, that's different. But no, he's not dumb. He knows how the world works. Just have us. Why didn't he bring up the Israel law? That's what he should have said. So I can't take none of these people. They're all the same scaredy cat folk.
Shared with you guys shows only 20% of Americans liked his policy towards Israel, and among the young it was under 10%. So wow, what command of foreign policy? Okay, so it just, every part of this is comical, but the most hilarious part was when she said that people chose filters instead of reality. You're the filter, Mika. You're the filter who is detached.
He's the filter too, and he's actually like taking too long to get to the point. He is. They're all filters. Every last one of them are filters. Okay, we are so buried in deception that, like, bro, man, like, come on. You know, I was watching, and this has nothing to do with this clip, right? Sorry. A debate, which I'm gonna cover for the channel, with Myron Gaines and Tim Pool. He did pretty good discussing the Israel lobby in a diplomatic fashion. It doesn't have to be weird. It doesn't have to be weird. It's a real discussion. We can have it, right? These people don't even try to have these discussions anymore. Everybody wants to live in this fake, like, matrix, for lack of a better term, a simulation or something, to act like these people have agency to make their own decisions, especially when it comes to the Middle East. So if you can't, John Mearsheimer makes it. Am I going to have to cover John Mearsheimer on this channel or my other channel? I don't know. Like, this isn't just coming from me. Geopolitical analysts talk about this, okay? So you guys are all in a filter, all right?
Suffering from mental decline as he was in the top political post in the country, the most powerful position, certainly in the United States, but most powerful position worldwide. Let's keep it real. She was okay, right? Like, her audience is there. It's not impacting her cushy life negatively in any way, shape, or form. Inflation, what inflation? Inflation, just totally unbothered by that. In fact, I remember after the presidential election, she and Joe Scarborough did a segment where Joe Scarborough was shocked at the price of butter. He's like, oh my God, $8? $8 for a stick of butter? Yeah, Joe, where have you been, homeboy? And it's because they're unbothered. They're untouched by the disastrous policy decisions and some of the economic issues that riddled Biden's term.
Yeah, a lot of people are unbothered and untouched. I don't know. Look, the coffee might have been a little strong tonight. I just feel like if we don't hurry up and catch up to the reality of our situation as a country, and I'm not here to doom and gloom anybody, we're going to be even more buried in deception that it's I don't know what's going to get us out of it. I still have hope. There's a new generation coming up that they don't just go along with certain things. So I still do have hope, but you know, like, I hear what she's saying about the disconnect with audience members, but Anna's on her way to disconnect too. You know, she was on Megyn Kelly's show. I thought that was the craziest thing, because this girl has talked so much trash about Megyn Kelly. We covered it on this channel. By the way, the trash that she talked about Megyn Kelly, they took it off of TYT. That's the funny part. But don't worry, because I already had the footage. So I'll for my next episode, I'll definitely give you guys the reminder, right? Like, I want people to definitely have a discussion. I think all sides should get on, you know, come to the table and have a discussion, but have a real discussion. We still are fully, you know, the deception is real. I mean, Cenk takes money from Peter Thiel, these tech bros that have a serious type of authoritarian outlook for the future of this country. So, anywho, I'll leave it right there. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.